Hey everybody, Landon here. I'm up here for the next episode of Landon's Space Race. I'm, I'm eventually planning to go to the moon, but for now I'm going to be needing some much more simpler technology. Because going to the moon takes a lot of resources. So instead, we're going to go ahead and start with something more simple. Like say, how to get food. Uh, one, two, three, four, five. Now see, the first thing we're going to start with is Tinker's Construct. A wonderful little mod that adds a whole lot of really useful stuff. And one of the things that it adds that I really love are these things. They're called drying racks. Very simple little creations. All you do is you put them up, and then you take some meat. Like say, rotten flesh. And we put the meat in the drying rack, and in a little while it'll become edible. Yeah, normally you can do stuff like, say, beef and chicken, but I don't have any beef and chicken. And the drying racks can actually turn this stuff here edible without, causing all that hunger debuff. So that's a nice little start, but we're obviously going to need a lot more. For example, this pickaxe right here, yeah, this pickaxe is just totally not going to cut the mustard. We want something a lot better than that. And in order to do that, we're going to want to go ahead and make ourselves some tool crafting stations. The way to do that is fairly simple. We're going to need some of these, and this will give us blank patterns, which we can use to construct all the other nifty things in Tinker's Construct that we're going to want. And we're also going to need to go ahead and grab a few other key items. There we go. Now we're ready to do our stuff for all the in-depth stuff. Huzzah! We've got all the things we need to begin our Tinker's Craft career. And I'm thinking right here would be a nice place to put it all. There we go. Now, this thing right here is the pattern chest. And what it does is it stores these guys. So we're going to want one of those. But the thing it goes next to is the part builder. Basically, we use patterns to build parts. Now, before we can get those patterns, we're going to need to grab some stencils. So we put down the stencil table, which is what we use. And the easiest thing to do right here is just go ahead and grab all of them. So I'll just go ahead and do that quickly and get right back to you. Alright, I've gotten every single stencil we could want. And basically we use those to build the parts that become parts of our tools. Put them in like so. And then we never have to worry about that again. And since we've already got all our stencils made, yeah, we can just take this guy and put him in our tech chest. We won't really need to require his services anymore. And then, once we've made our parts with the over on that table, we make a tool over in here. Now, unfortunately, we don't really have anything good. We can make it out of stone, but that's really just not very good. So what I need to do is I need to go and grab myself some flint, which I can find in one of these caves over here. I'll go ahead and grab myself some of those, and then we'll be right back. Hey everybody, I've headed back from my expedition. I've got myself some nice flint right here, and I can use that to build some much better tools. I also managed to find a little bit of treasure on the way there, so we'll go ahead and put that in our chest as soon as we get in. Quartz is for applied interlogistics. We might get into that. I'm certain you know what coal is. We also have this, which is basically like a tin ore, but it's in gravel format. Another nice little gift from Tinker's Construct. Now, first thing we're going to want to do to make a tool is to make the parts. Now, we're going to want to go ahead and just stick with wood for the the shaft of the tool, because it gives you some really good properties. Well, at least early on, it gives you good properties. For the other things, though, we're going to want to use some other stuff, like say a stone binding. What that will do is I'll show you in a little bit. The other thing we're definitely going to need is a pickaxe head. Those three things together will let us make a pickaxe. While I'm at it, I'll just go ahead and grab two of these because we're going to definitely want to make these too. There we go. Now then, if we take these and we go over here, and basically what you do is you select the tool you want, you put in your parts, and it tells you what you get. Here it is. And basically, it'll tell you what stats you get. Since we can use this station to repair, we need to use additional flint for that. More importantly, though, is the mining speed. 5.25, and basically a stone one is 4. Iron is 6, so it's not quite as good as iron. But, I mean, it's a lot better than stone. And also that max stonebound bonus basically means that the more we use our tool, the faster it mines. So just before it breaks, it's going to be as fast as an iron pick, which is pretty nice, I think so. So, there we go. While we're at it, we'll go ahead and make ourselves a shovel and a hatchet. Interestingly enough, you'll notice how a flint hatchet does 5 attack damage. That's the same as a stone sword. So, I mean, once we've done that, is there a good reason to stick with a stone sword? I don't really see one. That one looks just fine for me. So we'll just go ahead and put all our stuff away. And, I guess we'll go in drops. There we go. Oh, and we got ourselves some food. Very good. Oh, you can do that if you're not careful. That one does not seem to want to dry, so I think, and it wouldn't stack with anything else earlier, so I'm going to assume there's something special about that. Yeah, there's probably something special about that. This, however, is everything we need to begin our first expedition into a cave to grab some resources. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be back. And I'm back, everybody. Yep, went ahead and did a nice little excursion into the cave. I keep doing that. And, well, I guess I should show you all the treasure I got. See, I put it all in this nice little chest here. It was a pretty simple haul. I mean, it's not a major one this far. There's lots of copper and lots of aluminum, but that's, that's because the cave was mostly surface. If I want any of the good stuff like iron, tin, gold, redstone, I'm going to need to go a lot deeper. So that's where we got to start. At least we've got like some tin gravel. That's going to be good because we can combine it with the copper to make bronze, which we'll be wanting to do quite shortly. Now, in order to do that, of course, we're going to need to smelt it in a Tinker's Construct smeltery. It'll take a little while for those to turn into bricks, so let me go ahead and let that happen, and then I'll get back with you. Hey everybody, I'm back. Got a bunch of these things here, seared bricks, which is what I was cooking up earlier. And Groot. Yeah, basically grout is just a combination of gravel, sand, and some clay. And the reason you want Sears bricks is so that you can make a bunch of the more useful, Tinker's Construct stuff. Hold on one second while we just go ahead and take these things out. Now then, there are a few things you're going to need in every in every smeltery, which I'm constructing now. The first thing is the smeltery controller, which is, it's how you control it. You need your seared tank, and that sucker holds all the fuel. And that, right there, the smeltery drain, is how you get stuff out of your smeltery after you've smelted it, which you use just a faucet. Now, you're going to also want a nice table, which you pour stuff into. And finally, after all of that, we're going to go ahead and need some of these guys, bricks. These are just going to fill up the rest of our smeltery. Now, I've already gone ahead and cleared out a nice little area we can use. Perhaps it might be better if I take my shovel and put it back up. Yes, much better. Now, all you have to do is just looks like we need 2 more. Not a problem. Okay, now then, controller, tank, drain. Put that there, and a casting table below. And now we have ourselves a fully functional smeltery. What we do is we put stuff in here, and it'll melt. And if we get ores, then they'll double. You know, just like a macerator. Of course, it does not require you to use any metal in order to build this. So that's a bit of an advantage, I would say. Now this is gonna, well, this is our first thing that we're, oh, I forgot the fuel. Fuel. Yeah, the only thing you can use for fuel is lava. So we'll put some in, and there we go. That little red bar there lets you know it's working. Now this is going to be our first alloy. What you do is, to make an alloy, all you have to do is just put in the metals that are constructed by that alloy. And if you want to know what they are, you can just use this book right here, Mighty Smelting. It'll tell you what they all are. In fact, why don't I just go ahead and show you? Ah, yes. The one we're making right now is aluminum brass, made from 3 aluminum and 1 copper. And each time you do that, you'll get a full 4 aluminum brass, which means that we'll get in total 8 ingots of aluminum brass. And this will give us the ability to get our stuff out. No. That's the one we want. Aluminum brass. The reason we need aluminum brass is that we can pour it into the table, and it will make a mold. Ingot cask. So if we take this and we spray this out here, huzzah, we get ourselves ingots, aluminum brass ingots, which, you know, they're used for some Tinker's Construct recipes, which we'll be getting to later. For now, though, what we really want is we're going to want some bronze. And bronze you get 3 copper and 1 tin. The reason we want that is because we're going to make ourselves some tools. Of course, we're going to need to also make some casts for our tools too. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get that ready. Excellent. Excellent. We'll go ahead and put these guys in here, and they will start smelting. We don't have to worry about the copper binding with anything else because the only thing we have in here is aluminum brass. The way it works is that if you have any metals in here that can turn into an alloy, they will automatically do so. But, you know, aluminum brass cannot actually turn into an alloy, so we don't have to worry about that one doing it. Now, we can make ourselves a pickaxe cast by putting pickaxe in there, one made of stone, so, you know, like it can take the heat of the material of the molten metal that we are pouring in. And huzzah! We have ourselves a cast. Just that simple. By the way, if you can select which one you want coming out. The one that comes out is the one on the bottom. Since we're making casts and they have to be made out of aluminum brass, you know, that's what we're going to be using. And just like that, we have a cast for each of the tool types heads that we want. So, next thing up, make ourselves the bronze version. Wonderful. The only thing we're going to need to do now is go ahead and make ourselves some tools. We'll need some sticks or some wood. Wood will work. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and make ourselves a tool binding because we'll need that for the pickaxe. And I never did show you how to make a tool rod. It's pretty simple. You just do this. Get a wooden tool rod, and you also get a stick. Basically, it only takes half a thing of material cost, 0.5. You only need to use half of a block of wood to get it, so you get a stick back. And you can just put that guy back in to get the wooden tool rod. We'll need 3. Done, done, done. Now we come over here to our tools. First you want to select this. Wonderful. Bronze. Mining speed 8. That, my friends, is a diamond pickaxe. And you'll notice it gets faster the more it gets damaged. Excellent. I will take me some of that. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and grab the other guys too. Looks like this guy gets the same damage as the flint one. It however has a much more useful thing than just spear damage though. Well, here, why don't I go ahead and demonstrate. See, this thing can also chop through this. Isn't that nice? Yes. And just look at it go through all this. Not going to have to worry about that grass taking up my frame rate ever again. Well, I guess that's probably about a good place to call it now. I'm going to need to go and do a lot more mining off screen. And once I've done that, man, we can go ahead and get back and maybe start something for real. I'll catch you guys later.